If anyone knows Jim Weiss, they know he's an upbeat and strong person, at only 88 years young. One day while at the local gym, he had an accident that took everyone by surprise.
Like any other day, I went in and I walked towards my machine and I fell into the machine. There were a lot of people around me and I said, "I've been hurt, call the ambulance." They showed up, took me to the hospital. I was in a lot of pain and broke my femur bone in 3 places and broke my wrist. And I don't remember a lot after that.
Jim's family rushed to Fort HealthCare, where they learned that his injuries were extensive.
You do have a lot of mixed emotions, one of concern, how bad is it, how's my mother doing, but also, quite frankly, feeling some comfort knowing where he was and who was going to be performing the surgery.
Jim had a total hip done several years back, and this is where he broke. So you have a cup, you have a stem, and he ended up breaking the stem part in his femur bone. The options are to either replace the femoral component or stabilize it with surgical hardware.
The surgery was over. They took me from the surgery to recovery room. It went down a real long hallway, and all I kept screaming all the way back was, "Annie, Annie, Annie, Annie."
I'm Annie, that's my nickname from Ann. And she said, "Well, your husband was certainly calling for you." And so I knew he wanted me to be there.
One of the unique aspects of Fort HealthCare is they take as good a care for the immediate family members as they do the patient himself, which in this day and age, in my opinion, is quite unique.
Jim was sent to a nearby rehab facility for 2 months, but he worked hard so he could get back home as soon as possible.
I missed him a lot because I wasn't used to being alone, but I knew he'd get home eventually, and he did.
And as soon as I got home, I started improving just because of the environment. I enjoy being at home, period. My wife is my caretaker right now. We're getting along fine, having a good time.
With Ann's care and continual therapy from Fort HealthCare, Jim's health improved.
He actually did rather well. With the wrist, it healed up nicely, around 6 to 12 weeks. And with his hip, the way we stabilized it allowed him to ambulate with a walker. I was very impressed with his healing potential.
Over 20 years, I've had lots and lots of therapy. Always had Greg, and he's what I like. He's very aggressive. He always challenges me every time I go. I can't say enough about him.
Jim's family appreciated the help they received in their time of need.
The feeling that we get when we see patients come back after surgery is very rewarding. They're injured, they're in pain, their life is affected, and we're able to change that. The advantage of Orthopedic Associates of Fort Atkinson is that collectively we have approximately 70 years of experience in orthopedic surgery. Our patient satisfaction rate is well above average across the state.
Well, I have nothing but good things to say about Dr. Zambrano. All my doctors are associated with the Fort Hospital, and I'm happy with all of them. So why am I going to want to drive 30 miles for every day to see a doctor when I can get the same treatment right here in Fort Atkinson?
We cannot say enough of our appreciation and our gratitude for both Dr. Zambrano and the staff as a whole at Fort HealthCare. They are why my mother and my father are able to continue to live independently on their own.
At Fort HealthCare, patients who know us love us. You should get to know us too.
Fort HealthCare.
For health.